Assalamu alaikum dear students. Now today's topic is another higher fungi, group of higher fungi that is called as Basidiomycetes. Basidiomycetes are commonly called as the club fungi. They are commonly called as club fungi. And there are about 25,000 species of these. 25,000 species of these Basidiomycetes. These are terrestrial, saprotrophic या saprobic, and also include some parasitic forms. That means these are terrestrial, and they are mostly saprotrophic with some parasitic forms. The mycelium is branched and septate. Mycelium is branched and septate. Mycelium is branched and septate. And the mycelia may be uninucleate or binucleate. This hyphae जो है, this may be uninucleate or binucleate. Now sometimes uninucleate and sometimes binucleate. Now in the life cycle there are two types of mycelia. There is a short-lived monokaryotic. Two types of mycelia occur in life cycle. It is plural of mycelium. One is short-lived monokaryotic having single nucleus, or it is also called as primary mycelium. And there is another long-lived dikaryotic. It is secondary mycelium, also called as secondary mycelium. And motile cells are absent in life cycle. They mostly grow on wooden logs. Wooden logs, tree trunks, stumps means when the trees are cut down, the remaining of the stem, base of stem, that is called as stump, and the places rich in wood or cellulose and lignin. And they are found in the places which are rich in wood or cellulose and lignin. Mostly they are heterothalic. Mostly these are heterothalic. And these primary mycelium जो है, that is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction occurs by oidea and conidia like spores. These asexual reproduction जो है, that occurs in primary mycelium. मैंने अभी आपको बताया, early mycelium, uninucleate monokaryotic mycelium, by the formation of oidea, and there are conidia-like spores. Conidia-like spores, they are called as the pycnospores. Pycnospores. And the sexual reproduction occurs by somatogamy. Sexual reproduction occurs by the process of somatogamy. Now, two hyphae, there is positive and negative hyphae. As I said that these are mostly heterothylic. The two hyphae, that is positive and negative, from two different, they act as the gametes. There is one hyphae like this. There is another hyphae like this. This acts as positive and this acts as negative. And they then form the, this is dikaryotic phase. या dikaryon इसको बोलते हैं. This is dikaryon. Then the nucleus fuses. This is synkaryon. First the two cells, positive and negative, they come close, the hyphae, and they go bring about the plasmogamy. Plasmogamy के बाद, after some time, this is the dikaryotic phase, and then the diploid nucleus जो है, it undergoes the meiosis. It undergoes meiosis, and it forms a club-shaped structure that is called as the basidium, like this. These four nuclei, they go into this. This is called as basidium. It is the club-shaped structure, and these four are elevated on the stalk-like structures. These are then act as basidio. These are basidiospores. Basidiospores, and the number of now I may revise first this. There are two hyphae that act as positive and negative, and these bring about the plasmogamy that leads to the formation of dicaryons or dikaryotic cells. After a long period, this is the secondary mycelium, or you can say this is binucleate. After a long period, there occurs the fusion of nucleus, that is karyogamy of this, and synkaryons are formed. Meiosis leads to the formation of four cells or four spores in a club-shaped structure that is called as basidium. Each basidium bears the four basidiospores on a stalk-like structure. These are called as citrigmata. Citrigmata. These are stalked structures. Now, a large number of basidia. A large number of basidia. A large number of basidia are aggregated. A large number of basidia are aggregated in a structure called as gill. in a structure called as gill. That is, there are hyphae and there are like this. There is another basidium. There is another. There is another. Now on the both sides there are the basidiospores. In each case there are basidiospores. These basidia, they aggregate and they form a structure that is called as gill, and 300 to 600 gills are arranged in an umbrella-like structure called as basidiocarp. Basidiocarp. 300 to 600 gills are arranged in an umbrella-like structure called basidiocarp or fruiting body. And this fruiting body is commonly called as mushroom. जिसको आप mushroom कहते हैं. There is umbrella-like structure like this, and there is a stalk. In this umbrella-like structure, there is a covering, and inside there are the flap-like structures like this. These gills. Gills are arranged here, and these gills, जो हैं, these constitute the basidia or basidiospores. And this mushroom is divided mainly into two parts. This sole part is called as pileus, which contains the basidiospores or basidia, and the stalk of the hyphae, it is called as the stipe. This is called as stipe, and this is a mushroom. Now the common examples of these Basidiomycetes are, there is mushroom, and it is called as Agaricus. The common mushroom is Agaricus. It is edible, or it is also called as field mushroom. There are also the bracket fungi. And there is one that is called as polyporous, or there is another that is called as the puffballs. Now these puffballs जो हैं, it includes the edible, these also the fungi, that is lycoperdon. एक है इसमें lycoperdon, and there is another example of these toadstools, उनको बोलते हैं commonly toadstools. It includes the amanita, Amanita. Amanita is also called as Caesar's mushroom. It is poisonous mushroom. And there is also the common Basidiomycetes, which include the disease-causing Basidiomycetes. They are commonly called as rusts and smuts. These are actually the disease caused by the Basidiomycetes. The rust is caused by Puccinia. Rust is caused by Puccinia, उसका नाम है. Puccinia causes black and yellow rust in wheat. Black and yellow rust in wheat. Black and yellow rust in wheat. And there is another that is called as Ustelico, that is smuts. Smuts is another disease. It is caused by the Ustelico. So Ustelico causes smuts and Puccinia causes rusts in different crops. Now we can say loose smut of wheat and loose smut of oats or smut of corn. In these, all these are caused by the genus that is called as Usteligo. Ustilego. Tilego. Usteligo. Now, a mushroom, a common mushroom. The common mushroom has the monokaryotic mycelium. There occurs the formation of the two dikaryotic mycelium, that is, this is dikaryotic mycelium. And this dikaryotic mycelium then forms this is the mushroom. It is basidiocarp rather. It is, this upper end is called as pileus, and you may have here the gills. These are arranged in this umbrella-like structure. And there is a tissue which joins them, which is called as vellum. And there is the stalk, this is called as stipe. And this gill has a number of these basidia, and these basidia जो हैं, they bear the spores at this is club-shaped structure, so these are called as, and they are in a gill, there are number of these basidia, and these basidia release the spores, and these spores germinate into in the new mycelium.